everyone. Let me introduce myself first and which department I am representing you right now. I am representing International Relations Cell Department, which is in BBA building, ground floor, Parul University, right? And let me introduce myself. Myself is Vatsal Patel. I'm the officer at IRC, which is in BBA building. And today's topic is higher studies in Canada after completing diploma studies, right, at Parul University. So to begin with, I let me show you some facts and figures, give you the information about Canada, its provinces and territories. Canada is a large country land-wise, and it has like 10 provinces you can see on the screen plus 3 territories, right? The major focus of international student is obviously in Ontario, which will we cover later on. So you can check the 10 provinces over here: Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, Saskatchewan, and territories will have they have 3 territories: Yukon, Nunavut, Northwest Territories. Northwest Territories are also known for their northern lights. If you remember, those are the lights they see in the skies, and colorful lights. So let's go with the population. As I said, Ontario is the populous province of Canada. You can check this diagram. It's a 2020 index, population index. Ontario is the most populous, then followed by Quebec, then British Columbia, and then rest, right? So let me tell you the most important question of today's topic: why study in Canada? So you all have, some kind of queries and confusions over choosing the country when you especially going abroad, like which country to choose from, like Canada, USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and so on. So why? So let me share a few details. Canada is one of the premier destination for international students, right? Hundreds of thousands of new international students annually go to Canada for the higher studies. As a statistic, if I can present, like 642,000 study permits holders around the world attend the higher studies in Canada, right? Why? With affordable tuition fees, top ranked schools they are having, flexible study and post study work permits options, right? Those are the main things you need to consider when you choose the country. Affordability and everything. The pathway for immigration is obviously one of the main reason all students right now, like 80 to 70 80% are choosing Canada, because it gives a pathway to for immigration. So there is no wonder from the wonder that students around the world uh, choose Canada for their first choice. Okay. Canada's largest immigrant population is from India and followed by the China. So you must be wondering, right? Canada is having more international students from India, more interest from India than China, because China, if you compare Chinese students in Australia having more Chinese students, but in Canada we are like Indian students are greater in numbers. So you will be not going to be feel alone in Canada, because you will going to see lot many students from our country, possibly from your city as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide, which I already talked about, like top 5 reasons you can check on the screen: offering quality education, low tuition fees, safe and friendly atmosphere, you can feel safe. Some parents are also, feel about their girl students, like how it's going to be in Canada for girl students. So it's totally safe and friendly country, so you don't have to worry too much about that. And it attracts so many different programs, so that international students can get a job easily. And it is obviously culturally diverse. You will find so many other cultures over there. So we'll quickly move to the next slide. Educational opportunities by provinces. So as I mentioned above, like there are 10 provinces and 3 territories, but I have figured out and researched little bit uh, province-wise opportunities, right, for you guys, especially because you must have to have 100%, like almost 100% knowledge before taking any decision, final decision for study abroad. Which pro in Canada, right? In Canada, there are 10 territories. In if I talk about one territory, Yukon is leading industry. Yukon's leading industries is mining. Mining is over there, so much mining industry is developed over there, and you can find employment in mining industries in different categories, right? And then second industry over there is tourism, travel and tourism. So students from hospitality background, travel tourism background, they easily get a job in Yukon, right? Next province I am going to talk about is Northwest Territory. So Northwest Territory uh, is having diamond mining industries, oil and natural gas industries, travel and tourism. So as I said, Yukon and Northwest Territory is going to give you lot many job and opportunities in this kind of industries: mining, oil and gas, travel and tourism. Okay. Next is British Columbia. Victoria is the capital city, and it is the largest population of international. It is having the largest population of international students. Victoria is thriving a technology in the sector by over 880 tech companies. So if someone is from technical background or engineering background, they are going to get more job opportunities over there because it has over 880 technical companies. Okay, British Columbia is perfect place to be prosperous professionally while you enjoying the Canadian atmosphere. Okay, the next is Alberta. Alberta is also one of the largest city, largest province, and its largest city is Calgary. I'm sure you heard about Calgary because so many students are preferring Calgary for their further studies. Calgary's economic development is based on energy and financial services, films, health and wellness, aerospace, technology, transportation, logistics. Those sectors you will easily find employment in Alberta. Okay, in Calgary, especially in Calgary. And Saskatchewan is the one of the largest wheat producer in the world. Regina is the capital city, so Saskatchewan has the most diverse primary energy resource based in Canada. Okay, making it one of the best place in Canada to develop new energies and technologies. So if you are choosing Saskatchewan, I think uh, disciplines from agriculture and energy related programs you will easily get there and get employment later on. And if we talk about Manitoba has the largest aerospace industry in the Western Canada. Okay, aerospace in Manitoba. So it also contains around over 100 and 1,500 information and communication companies, technology companies. So you will see if someone is from aerospace, aeronautical background, someone from IT, communication background, they choose Manitoba, and they have to choose Manitoba because it will give you more opportunities to your career. Okay, and if we talk about Ontario, most populous and industrialized province, Ontario is the most populous. You can see from here. Okay, you can see from here, Ontario is the most populous province. Okay, so Ontario going to give you overall development in terms of study and career growth. Why? Because Ontario is having, like every year, and Ontario having 300,000 international students in their like 40 plus higher education institute every year. Like 300,000 international students every year is a big number, right? In Ontario. So you will see so many friends of you studying in Ontario in different cities, not necessarily in same city, but different cities. So Ontario is the good choice if you want to study because it is already having developed industrial development is over there. You will find job after your study, right? If we talk about Quebec second most populous province we are having is Quebec in Canada. So Quebec is also, if you have little bit of idea, Quebec's first language is French, official language, but English is also spoken over there in urban areas. So if someone wants to move to Quebec for further studies, they we prefer that they must have little bit like foundational skill of French language, so that they easily find part-time jobs, right, while they study. Newfoundland, if we talk about Newfoundland and Labrador, over like every year they are having around 5,000 international students, and one of the main university over there in Newfoundland and Labrador is Memorial University. Okay, you heard about that Memorial University. You can find about that. Newfoundland and Labrador has fishing industry over there. Fishing industries and growing technology and innovation industry, home to some of the most innovative ocean technologies. So some students, if they want to explore ocean technological courses, they must go to Newfoundland and Labrador. Okay, so New Brunswick is also one of the uh, contributor in Canadian economy. Depending on, they are majorly depending on forestry, fishing, farming, and developed an international cyber hub. It is also one of the major province where you will find uh, growth in cyber security industries. Like, if you heard about the company of Siemens, which is German company, they just established their cyber security center in New Brunswick. So students from financial sector, IT sector, health sector, telecommunication, and software sector, as they will surely get some kind of good opportunities in New Brunswick. If we talk about Prince Edward Island, PEI in a short form, it has booming airspace and bioscience technology. Over 24% of province electricity needs are facilitated via renewable energy, making this province a lead in the renewable energy industry. Okay, so someone from aerospace, bioscience, and renewable energy sector, they should move to the PEI, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, one of the Canada's fastest growing innovation district, hosting over 2,000 companies and 80 software development firms. So you can see by statistics, 2,000 companies and 80 software development firms. You should choose, why not to choose Nova Scotia, right? They are also going to give you good opportunities later on. So let's go to the next slide. Study path for diploma and graduate student. I am going to cover everyone. Diploma is my main focus. Diploma student is my main focus. Graduate student is my main focus. So Hello, sorry guys. There was a technical glitch in my internet, so I am joining from okay other system. Hang on, let me share. Again, I'm sure you are watching me live. So where will we study path for diploma and graduate students? So yep. So once you finish your diploma, you are going to have this kind of like path. If you can see on the screen, after diploma, you can choose to do either advanced diploma, uh, or bachelor's or PG diplomas. Okay, then move to the after doing bachelor's, you can move to the master's degree and then doctorate degree. So Canada is is an increasingly popular choice for international post-secondary study. During the Canadian to 2027 2017-18 academic year, international students counted for like 23.8% of new university enrollment and 16.3% of new college enrollment. So day by day, year by year, the count of this, international students are increasing in Canada. This year must be more than like last few years. Canada is home to some of the world-based and most affordable post-secondary institutions. But with so many different secondary study options available, domestic and international students alike, how can student decide which educational pathway is right for them, right? So how you can decide which is right for them? It is depend on these things like after diploma what you want to do. Like you will going to have an option after diploma, either you can do advanced diploma over there, or you do straight away degrees, bachelor's degrees, right? So program types and designation in Canada goes like this: degrees, diplomas, and certificates, right? Designation offered to the students in Canada post-secondary education system includes these all three categories. Degrees are typically granted by universities after the completion of an academic program. Bachelor degrees are awarded after 4 years of full-time study. Although uncommon in Canada, there are some like some 3 years of bachelors and two years of associate bachelors offered in Canadian schools. Bachelor's degree are typically the first designation that the university students pursues, right? Diplomas are earned after the completion of college programs and fall into one of the following three categories. I'm going to uh, let you know in a while. Regular diplomas is granted at the end of an accredited 2 years of program, right? After 2 years of program, you will going to get regular diplomas. An advanced diploma is granted after the completion of 3 year of program, and postgraduate diplomas. Postgraduate diplomas are typically 1 or 2 year of program length, and it can be pursued after a regular diploma and after advanced diploma, okay, or the bachelor's degree, postgraduate diploma. Either you have to have regular diploma, advanced diploma, or bachelor's degree to do postgraduate diploma, right? And the certificates are awarded after the completion of like 1 year short courses of type. Certificate programs are typically, as I said, 1 year or less, and it can offered by like they are offered by many universities, colleges, and vocational schools. They are professional development courses. It includes professional development courses, continuing educations, and complete other degrees or diplomas, okay, to complement other degrees and diplomas. uh, if I talk about like universities in Canada, there are 26 Canadian universities features in US World Ranking, 2019 World Ranking, with 3 institute in top 50 and 11 in top 300. So when you choose Canadian university, you are not going to do bad choice, right? They are in QS World Rankings. And Canadian universities grant a full range of degrees, including 3 years, 4 years bachelor's degree, 1 year, 2 year master's degree. or doctorate degree like PhDs, right? Some professor certificates and diplomas and short programs can also be completed independently, right? So colleges, if we go to the colleges, next point, Canada is home of like 127 public funded college, institute and polytechnics, which with over like 10,000 programs to choose from. Check these out, guys, like 10,000 programs to choose from, right? So you're not going to get left behind by if you want to choose some courses which are not available in India. You can choose any courses in Canada. So colleges and like if I talk about colleges and institute in Canada, they are more focused providing an applied technical education, okay, for a specialized career path. College class sizes are also small. Typically like university class sizes, they are smaller in sizes, right? Allowing teachers to spend more time with students and provide practical hands-on education experience. So sometimes students come to us and say, sir, like which institute to choose from, like university or colleges. So these are the points I'm going to cover for those who are still confused between universities and colleges. Colleges are more practical oriented, and like they are having small size class sizes. Now teacher to student ratios are also very good, right? Colleges and institutes work closely with businesses and industries to create customized program. Okay, they are work with industries and businesses to create customized program according to their economical needs. Okay, and caters what employers need. They often provide internship opportunities, co-op programs, and work placements, giving students the experience they need to kickstart their careers. The decision to attend college rather than university is becoming more and more popular for students with a more practical and career focused education goal, right? So while most students who attend college graduate with a diploma, students can also earn certificates and postgraduate diplomas. Many colleges and institutes also offer university transfer programs. So once you finish your diploma, you easily transfer to the university for the bachelor's easily. Okay, and you also have apprenticeship programs over there. Some offers academic and applied degrees. So that's why right now student more and more students are choosing colleges than universities. Okay, so next is popular programs. So this is also very good slide for students. If someone from diploma is watching, they are these are the programs right now popular in Canada according to the job market, right? So if I talk about the statistics, Canada students who are doing graduation, employment success rate for certain programs are much higher for international students than Canadian counterparts. Okay, so international students are getting more opportunities than the local students, domestic students, Canadian students right now in Canada. International student graduates earns an average salary of about like 60,000 Canadian dollar per year, whereas Canadian students getting around 58,000 Canadian dollars, right? So these also are good statistics. Like international students are earning more in Canada, so you should consider this point. Okay, the main earning rose faster in this time frame when compared to the Canadian counterparts. So popular programs are these are the popular programs on your screen. So there are so many factors play in each student's success. One significant factor is determining an international student's career opportunity after graduation is their choice of program. So you have to choose a program which gives you more career opportunities, like job opportunities, once you complete that program. So by like job decision making is also plays a big part. So you have to come to us, talk to us, and gives bit more guidance, like which program to do in future. If you want to go to Canada, we will surely guide you according to your current program, right? Which are good programs for you, which after completing that particular program, what job opportunities you are going to get in Canada, right? These all counseling going to be done by our staff, our like me and my colleagues. So you definitely come to us, come to IRC department for this kind of guidance and exploration of the new opportunities. One of the best advantage of studying in Canada is flexibility of its post-secondary education system. As I mentioned, there are lot many programs over there, over 10,000 as I mentioned before. So you have broad range of programs available. You you can choose from. After like students receive their high school diploma, multiple different pathways open to post-secondary education. Students can combine their education experience with various degrees plus diplomas, or they can do certificate programs at different Canadian post-secondary institutions, and to suit their like interest, career goals, learning preferences. It is possible that if you are right now doing engineering, but in future you want to do management course, it is easily be done in Canada, right? There is no like special criterias and requirements you have to fulfill. You can change over straight away. So Canadian Post Secondary Institutes shares strong relationship, which makes it easier for students to transfer between different levels and types of education. In other words, if a course completed at one institution are if you want like if you completed one program at particular institution, you can easily change or transfer to the other institute without like doing that repeated first semester. They will give you credit, and you can start from where you left behind. Okay, so it's called like top up programs in so recognize they are all interrelated, and they all recognize each other's credit and programs and curriculums. So you don't have to worry about changing over transferring your programs once you are in the Canada, right? So if I talk about affordable education criteria, you can easily uh, check on your screen that Canada ranks one among these top like four major countries: Canada, UK, USA, and Australia. Uh, Average undergraduate tuition fee in university in Canada is 29,000, around 29,000. Average cost of living is like 15,000. Total average is like around 44,000. So it is ranked number one in terms of affordability, right? UK is like number three, USA is number two, and Australia is number four. Australia is the costliest right now at this moment. So you have to consider this aspect as well, affordability, right? Because I'm sure that all are not from the same financial backgrounds, right? So you have to choose accordingly. So this is the main and major point while choosing Canadian Institute. You have to choose DLI institutes, right? It is called Designated Learning Institutes. Designated Learning Institutes is a school approved by the province and territorial governments to host international students, right? These are the institutes only host international students. Those who are not DLI, they cannot give you admission, right? It is like government criteria. It is strongly recommended to the international students to choose to attend DLIs. Okay, this is you must have to confirm before getting the admission in any colleges. Please provide DLI. Then you have to take your decision to get admit or not. Okay, so DLI on so this is the DLI criteria, designated learning institute. Okay. Okay. So DLI is why second important thing is why DLI is more important, because students who attend school at DLI can work while they study. Okay. Those those who are from DLI institute only they can work while they are studying. Other than that, they are not allowed to work. Okay, more important, only graduates from approved list of programs at DLI are eligible for post-graduation work permit. You heard about that. If you are having 1 year of study, you will get 1 year of post-graduation work permit. So if you studied from DLI, then only you will get that kind of benefit. Otherwise, you're not going to get post-graduation work permit. Okay, so you have to have study from DLI Institute. Okay, so application deadlines you can check easily. These are also main points students are asking regularly, where, when, and when we should start our application. Right? If you are starting your if you are choosing January intake, which is a winter intake, the deadline should for the January intake deadline is September November intake. Okay, so you have to start your application like 6 months or 4 months before your chosen intake semester. Okay, so these are the like three main intakes: fall intake, winter intake, summer intake, some September, January, May. Application deadlines, if I talk about, yeah, one more point. Application deadline for the fall intake varies. Fall intake is the major intake. Okay, depending upon the schools and programs, where and also depend upon the where student come from, like nationality, which nationality they are from, like India, like other Asian countries. It is also a criteria when you choose the deadline, because sometimes student also are like, we are facing this problem regularly. Student check on particular college website and they are showing that January intake is still open, but we tells them that it is closed, and they says, no sir, it is open on the website, but it is not necessarily open for the Indian student. Okay, there are different other nationalities they are still accepting applications from. So that's why it shows on their website that January intake is open, but actually for Indian student it is closed well before. So that's why we are telling you that this January intake is closed, because we are from India, and the criteria from Indian student applicant and other country applicants are different always in every colleges. So that's why you are getting this kind of contradict information that some website is showing open, but we are telling you it's closed, because when we apply we know that in for the Indian student it is closed well before. That's why we tells you that it is closed. So you have to apply well in advance. Don't try to apply later on or near to the deadlines, because right now Canada is having so much of rush from all over the world that it is like all seats and admissions are filling faster. So you have to be very quick right at this moment, like recent times. Okay, so let's go with the like language requirement. You know that for admission and visa, you have to have language requirement, fulfill language requirement. All Canadian institute accept IELTS, right, which is the English language testing system, and TOEFL, test of English as a foreign language scores, right, as a proof of language proficiency. Students from the student direct stream, which is called SDS, countries must take the IELTS test. If you want to apply in SDS category, you have to have IELTS score, right? This is also one major point when we like do applications. Student says, sir, we heard that we if we can like get admission by Duolingo. Okay, yes, you can. Right now, Duolingo is accepted in some of the colleges. PT is also accepted in colleges for the admission purpose. But when you go for the visa, you can check there on the immigration website. They clearly mention that student have to have IELTS score no less than 6 for SDS category. So that's why we prefer IELTS as a English language test. Hang on, guys. Today is getting too much trouble with the internet. Sorry for the trouble, guys, because we are facing issue with the internet. So I was at like working while study. Okay. So generally students can work if they are a full-time student, right? And attending DLIs. DLI means I already mentioned before, like designated learning institutes, and must enroll in 6 months or longer period of program. Okay, like diploma of 1 year, 1 year degree, and then certificates. Then only you can have a work rights. Okay, generally international students are getting 20 hours per week to work when they are studying, right, with your regular studies. But in semester break, like academic break, for example, in Christmas, you can work full time. You can work full time. So those are the main points to consider while you choose Canada, right? So let's talk about post graduation work permit. This is also major point of consideration when you go to Canada for further studies. Students graduating from 2+ year PGWP eligible academic program can work up to 3 years following their period of study. That means if you are studying 2 year of program, you will get 3 year of post graduation work permit, right? Students in a 8 months to 2 years post-graduation work permit eligible academic program can obtain postgraduate work permit, allowing them to work up to the same length of the time as their study. For example, if you are studying in 1 year of program, so you will get 1 year of post-graduation work permit. If you are studying, if you are studying like 1.5 year of program, there are programs which are like 1.5 years, so you will get 1.5 year of post-study work permit. Okay, students in a program lasting shorter than 8 months are not eligible for post-study work permit, right? Student must be in a full-time program for minimum of 8 months to be eligible. So these are the important factors after after your studies. Post graduation work permit. 2 year of study, you will get 3 year of post graduation work permit. 1 year of study, 1 year of post graduation work permit. Less than 8 years, late less than 8 months, no post graduation work permit. Okay, so right now the main concept of today's session is over. Like, let me introduce up and brief you about my department, International Relations at Parul University. Right, what we do, we will give you counseling free of cost, gives you assist, advice. As I mentioned before, we have studied thoroughly and how it works, Canadian programs, which province you going to choose. This all going to be free of cost. You don't have to spend anything. You just come to the IRC department and sit with us. We will let you know everything. Okay, you will also get language programs as well here, like IELTS coaching, French language, German language. But for if I talk about Canada, you have to have IELTS coaching, right? IELTS core. So you can do IELTS classes from here. We will give you visa interview preparation, admission applications we do for you, right? We give you all kind of necessary information before you apply. We are not going to push you for some kind of programs and some kind of colleges which normally outside people does, right? They have like tie-ups in like 4 5 colleges, and they try to push you in that colleges only, but we don't work like that. We always ask you for your preferences and then suggest you what is best for you. Okay. Okay, so these are just little examples you for you to consider IELTS coaching at Parul University. We are having very good scores in IELTS, those who studied here, IELTS, right? And we are also having visa, like successful visas for Canada. Regularly, our visa ratio is much higher, right? And one important aspects of choosing Parul University to for processing student visa in Canada is this, that our country manager is sitting in Canada right now. So once you land there, once you are getting any facing any difficulties in Canada in beginning, you always contact our country manager who is in Canada right now to support you. We regularly have sessions like this is the old poster. You can see 26th of June. We had a session with her. Those who are going in September intake. So they from beginning they know that what kind of preparation they must have done before they touch down to the Canada, right? That you have to have this thing ready when you go into the immigration. You have your what kind of documents with you at when you are at the immigration counter. Uh, Immigration officer what kind of questions they can ask. So these all are little things, but it will done a big role. It will do a big role in your further progression in Canada. If you are stuck with your accommodation, she always approachable, and you can consult her, talk about the problems you are facing in Canada. She will always there to support you, right? So we are not doing your assistance in India, but we are also giving you assistance once you reach in Canada. We have strong alumni students over there who are in Canada, so you will have all the supports. So recent development is this: we had just had a MOU with Centennial College. This is the recent development. So if students have preferences that you want to go in Centennial, check out the Centennial College website on Google. It is the oldest college in Ontario, Toronto. So you can check out your programs. We easily get you admission in this Centennial College because we have direct MOU with this college recently, and plus many more to come to in future. So stay tuned. Come to IRC, meet us, sit with us, talk us. We are not going to ask you for any kind of payment. It is totally free counseling, right? We are, as we said, we are going to give you IELTS coaching. We are going to give you admission to your preferred college, universities, everything. We prepare you for visa interview. We prepare you file for visa submission. We get you the visa. Once you get the visa, before you fly, we had an induction session with our country manager in Canada, right? Uh, After landing, post landing, also you will get support from alumni groups over there who are from Parul University. So all kind of facilities you are going to get from Parul University from IRC department. So thanks for your time. I know it was a bumpy ride. The internet issue we were facing was terrible, but thanks for staying with me, staying connected. Thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see you at the department, IRC BBA building, ground floor. Thank you guys. Okay. So there is a question. Yep. What? Germany. So Dimple, this session is particularly for Canada, but I don't mind to answer about your question. For Germany, you have to if you are studying right now in Parul University, we prefer you to come to the our department so that we can also come to know about your profile. Before giving any advice, we like to assess your profile, and according to that assessment, we will provide you the options for Germany. No issue in that. So come to the IRC department, talk to us. I have my number on the screen. You can note down my number. If you cannot come to campus, you can call me up. I will surely provide all the details about Germany. Any other question? Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Hope to see you in campus.